Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at and reviewing the brand new MTH Railking RS-1. Before we get started on the review, I wanted to take a quick second and look at the box. And normally, who cares, it's just a box, but I thought it was kind of interesting because if you look, I've never seen a box that MTH has used like this before. At least for me, this is the first time. This could be something they use commonly, but like I said, I've never seen this box before. It's a different logo, and also it comes off differently. Usually it's a whole top that comes off. This time it's just an inner piece, and it goes in grooves, which I've never seen before, but I thought that was pretty interesting. So anyway, kind of neat and different. Like I said, I don't know if this is new or, but it's weird. I don't know why they would do this now, especially because they're leaving the industry in a few months. So kind of weird that they would change the box up now, but cool to see. And then of course in the box you have a attachable snowplow and some smoke fluid and some extra traction tires. First I'm going to talk about some of the things that I don't like, and then we're going to get into some of the things that I do like about this model. But first, let me get this styrofoam off this model. Alright, so right off the bat here you can see that there's still some styrofoam in here, and that is because when I got this thing, you could see the front handrails are completely bent in. Now I don't know if that's more of a shipping thing or if that has to do with MTH, but let me fix that real quick. I'll get that styrofoam out and then we'll continue from there. But that was something I was not expecting to see, and just wanted to let you guys know and look out for that. And like I said, I don't know if that's something to do with MTH directly or if that's just what happened in shipping, but yeah, not too happy about that one. Alright, so I got the styrofoam out and I tried to pry it gently to get it back, but it was not budging, so I didn't want to break anything, so I'm just going to leave it as is right now. But you could see it's definitely not right, and you could see the gap there. But so yeah, I was definitely disappointed to see that. So that's not something I was expecting. Alright, next up, one of the things that I don't like here at the rear of the model, and you can see that the rear handrail, there's some paint imperfections here. If I can get the camera to focus here. Let's see, if I add some light. Sorry for the shaking. But yeah, anyway, right there you can see there's some paint imperfection on the rail there, and also the rail is really loose and it wiggles a lot. So I guess it was from the rubbing where the paint has came off. So that's another thing that was kind of disappointing to see out of the box. Alright, the last thing on the list that I don't like is kind of a big one. Now, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is a big deal for some. If you look in the 2020 catalog, you can see that the color on this model is a very lighter shade of gray than the one here, as you can see. Now personally, I was kind of disappointed to see that because I kind of liked the lighter gray color from the catalog, so to see it like this was kind of a letdown. But that being said, I don't also mind this color. It's a nice color and I think it looks really nice, so for me it's not a big deal, but for some that might be a bigger issue. But it was kind of weird to see something different from what MTH had in the catalog. Now I don't know if they did that on purpose or if they made changes, but like I said, it's something you should look out for if you are planning to buy this. Alright, now I want to talk about some of the stuff that I really do like. First off, this is a Railking, but it is a scale model, which is nice because this has scale proportions. And it's also nice because they used old Premier tooling, so you get a lot of nice detailing for a great price. Since this is an older Premier tooling, that means that there is a lot of nice separately applied hand railing. You can see all over this thing there are tons of nice separately applied handrails everywhere. Next up, one of the things I want to talk about is the color. Now I know I said that the color was different before, but that I never said I didn't like it. I actually really do like this color. I think it looks good. The paint is nice and crisp, and everything looks really good. Alright, the last thing I want to talk about is all the nice detailing on this model, especially for it being a Railking. First up, on the front, the trucks are really nice detail. And moving down, you have your bell and your fuel tank with your fuel gauge and cap. And then down the line, same nicely detailed trucks. Moving up, you have a legible builder's plate and the nice Long Island Railroad logo and some sort of a water cap, which I'm not sure why there would be a water cap for that, but if anybody knows, let me know. And then in the cab, you have some nice crew figures, and you can see all that great rivet detail that's molded in. And speaking of molded in, there is a lot of great molding and detail on this model as well, which is not a bad thing just because it's molded in. But it looks great. I like that front grille a lot. Looks really cool up there. Here down at the pilot, you can see the electrocoupler, and this is kind of cool to see. This model features a separately applied coupler cut bar, which is nice to see on a Railking model. And then further up on the front pilot, you can see that I actually did wind up bending back that front handrail, so that's better now, so not too mad about that. Up on the front nose, you can see some more separately applied grab irons, which look really nice, and some number boards in the headlight. And then moving up top, you have what I think is your sand cap fillers, and then some more nice molded in detail. And then further back, you have some more grab irons, separately applied, of course, which looks really good. Like I said, there's a lot of grab irons that are separately applied in this model, which is nice to see, especially because it's a Railking. Then here you have your diesel exhaust stack, which functions. Then you have your orange horn. Looks really nice. And then some rivet detail in the cab. And then, like I said, more separately applied handrails. Here's a look at the back side of the engine. And on the bottom, by the pilot, you can see, again, that coupler cut bar in the rear. And a lot more handrail detail. Like I said, this thing's covered with separately applied handrails. And you can kind of see better in the light here, that paint chip. But honestly, it is what it is, no big deal. And then also you can see the safety tread on the walkways, which looks good. It's not smooth. So again, tons of detail on this. So, and then your rear headlight again, and number boards, but looks really good. Here on the other side of the engine, the only other detail difference that I could find from the other side was right here. You have this separately applied hose, which is nice. Other than that, it's exactly the same. Alright, it's time to now fire this thing up, hear the sounds, and run it around the loop for a little bit. Here's the bell. Here's the horn. Let's roll it out. guys, so that about wraps it up for this review. This engine runs great, looks great, sounds great. As far as that front handrail issue goes, like I said, I bent that back, so can't really complain there. It looks good as new, and that kind of back little rubbing where the paint came off from the back handrail, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'll live with it. But other than that, though, this is a great engine. I love it. I've always wanted kind of an earlier diesel. I have a lot more modern stuff, but I definitely wanted an old school diesel for sure, and this is it. But I definitely recommend this to anybody who's interested. I think I paid around $330, which is a great deal considering what you get. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Take care. Have a good one.